Russia, Ukraine, and forex. How does it all go together? In today's video, we are talking about what you should be paying attention to in this current market environment. We're going to talk about two main things today. We're going to talk about the US dollar and we're going to talk about gold. If you take any trades around these two markets, you need to pay attention to today's video. Let's take a look. All right, guys, so welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick. I talk all about trading Forex and I try and keep it real. And man, it's hard to keep it real when things are going crazy like this because, oh my gosh, this is some interesting news. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the situation with Russia and Ukraine. Now, of course, I'm just going to be the first one to say I'm not qualified. I'm not like a general in the military and I know all of how this works or anything like that. Like, I'm just a guy on YouTube and I share, I'm a trader. So I'm trying to talk about this and compare it and how we could see markets develop in reaction to this. Right now, we see the US dollar strengthening. I have been bullish on the dollar and have been bearish on the euro specifically. Let's talk fundamentals for just a second. Why would the euro weaken on the news of Ukraine and Russia having tension? Well, it kind of makes sense if you think about it. You've got Europe right here, you've got Ukraine right here, and you've got Russia right here, okay? If there's problems between this and, a lot of oil comes from Russia into Europe and you have all this sort of supply line issue and tension from war and uncertainty, it's causing the markets to be fearful of possible sanctions and basically economic hardships that could come with the issues there. As long as that conversation is being had and even the fear is in the air, I'm going to remain short biased on this currency pair, specifically the euro against the dollar. And more specifically, I'm just in general bullish on the dollar, right? I'm bullish on the dollar. And why is that? Well, we're seeing risk-off sentiment coming into the market. Risk-off sentiment is basically people fearful about a market that could be basically on the brink of some sort of disaster. Something bad could happen. That fear is causing this market to go down as people are shorting the euro. They're out of the euro. They don't want to be involved in the euro and they're rushing to the safe haven of the US dollar. And it's not just the euro. You're actually seeing some other markets. For example, here's AUD USD. People are more biased towards going long on the dollar. And then we've actually seen a blow off top here for Aussie dollar. We've seen the market coming down heavy on this risk off fear around the situation in Ukraine. Okay. So when you put that all together, what is the idea? Well, I've been bullish on the dollar. You guys may have seen, I talked about this dollar buy on a retest of this consolidation. We saw that play out and that's where I got short on the euro against the dollar. So I'm currently already in a position of my own, but where could the dollar go and why is this remaining bullish? Well, again, the fear in the market is causing pressure and a lot of people are looking for somewhere safe to run to, and that's basically being the dollar right now. But it's not just the dollar. We're going to talk about gold in just a second too, because gold is flying high. And that's a whole question. Why is gold going up and the dollar going up? Again, we'll take a look at that in just a moment. But where can the dollar go? Well, the dollar in my mind is probably headed back, if not right away, at some point here in the near future, to 97.42. That is the previous high. And as long as this conversation goes on with Russia and Ukraine, it's probably going to act to strengthen the dollar and to weaken more risky assets and more risky currencies, right? So for example, we see right now, US 30 still trading lower. We're seeing the stock market coming down hard overall in recent times due to inflation concerns, but also due to this Russia-Ukraine situation. What's the US going to do? How's the market going to react to continued fears in the Ukraine situation? Well, again, my bias short term is bearish on these things. I think that the stock market has the potential to return back to the lows until this sort of clears up. Short term bearish. How am I playing it? Well, again, I've got my short position on Euro USD, but here's my general approach to trading this market environment. I am basically going with the flow. I'm going risk off until further notice. I'm trailing stops tight and I'm trading momentum. We're going to talk about a couple setups here that I am looking at in terms of the Euro USD. I'm already in my trade. I shorted here on a retest of resistance last week. We busted down, retested, and looked to short. Shared that trade within our private Discord channel. By the way, today is Valentine's Day and we're doing our Valentine's Day sale. If you've been meaning to join our Discord, you can see every trade that I'm taking in real time. Here's what it looks like. So every time I take a position, I share the updates, analysis, full breakdowns, all of that inside of our private Discord channel. There's a link down below in the description if you'd like to sign up. And if you use the promo code there, you'll get 20% off for Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to you. But anyways, yeah, you can see the trades I'm taking. Patrick, Annie, some of you guys know Ivan. He comes on the channel regularly. He shares his trades. We also have coaching webinars with Ivan. You can ask him questions and things like that privately. We have a chat room, educational section, so you can read up on our strategies, all sorts of good stuff. Treat yourself, join the group if you haven't already. The link is down below in the description. And we'd love to have some of you guys join the chat. So anyways, my approach to this current environment is running with the profits, trailing stops aggressively, and basically not, being prepared for possible reversals. If something comes out that's positive on the war situation, the euro dollar could spike right back up, or, the stock market could rally. So I'm keeping my stop loss pretty tight here. So basically with this move down here, I'm actually even considering tightening that stop loss a little bit more. And I'm actually kind of getting a little bit heavier on the day trading side of things, and just kind of going with the flow. For example here, trying to keep stops tight. In fact, I'll probably update members after this video that I'd like to go ahead and lock in a little bit more of the stop loss here on the trade and keeping it tight, because again, at any given time, we could see this thing dump or we could see it just absolutely launch. Right now, we are in a situation where news is unpredictable. We're seeing new things hitting the floor all the time, and it's a little bit different than the usual environment that we're talking about here on the channel. Usually we're talking about somewhat forecastable unemployment numbers and things like that, but right now we're seeing just unexpected big swings due to the developing situation in Ukraine, which is taking market headlines by storm. Now let's talk a little bit about gold here, okay? Gold has been a big question mark for a lot of traders, and we've been discussing this, and as we are looking at it right now, the gold market is just crazy. Here's the 1 hour view. We consolidated after a big pop on Friday. We consolidated here, and this morning made a stab at moving higher. Now, if you're looking at gold and you're day trading or you're even swing trading, the question is this something that you want to be long on or short? And in my opinion, until things clear with the Russia-Ukraine situation, if they clear, well, I don't know, I don't forecast the future here, it's looking like that gold is more likely a buy than a sell, okay? Momentum favors the bulls right now. The market is concerned about this, and it seems like markets are trailing higher. My approach to trading gold here is very similar to what I just mentioned with Euro USD. Gold, why is it rising? Well, the euro falling is due to fear. Gold rising is due to fear. People are looking to place their money in something that is less scary and less, uncertain, right? Gold is something that we see in market volatility and in war situation oftentimes rise as investors look for somewhere to park their money safely. So when we look at gold here, right, and as we pop above resistance and it starts pulling back intraday, there does look like if you're watching for candlestick patterns on the lower time frames, whether you're looking at the 15-minute chart, the 30-minute chart, 1 hour chart, looking for some sign of support. But overall, this market looks like it wants to go higher. Now, when I say that, it's not, number one, it's not financial advice. I'm not telling you to go take that trade and go put your hard-earned money on that. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying, though, is that when you have big pops like this and pullbacks and volatility around some catalyst, like a potential altercation between Russia and Ukraine, that has the potential to continue to push gold into the stratosphere if things continue to develop in a negative way. So again, it's kind of that hedge. Investors are looking to put their money somewhere that they can feel a little bit safer. And right now, that place seems to be gold. So when we're looking at this, if I'm taking a trade on gold and I'm being aggressive, let's say that I'm looking at this. And again, I can be completely wrong about this. So please don't just take trades just because you see somebody talking about it. But my thoughts, and I talked about this with Ivan today on stream, the idea that of a gold potential rally continuation off of a pullback here, there's two ways that you could approach this. And Ivan and I sort of disagreed on this, or not disagreed, but we just had different opinions, right? So Ivan shared one idea and I shared a different one. So let's say that you're looking at this and you're looking at this with a very, very aggressive momentum style. My personal take on this is option number one, right? There's two options. You could either put your stop loss, and we're talking about stop loss placement. Stop loss placement very tight within this range, right? So that, if things come back into range, I don't want to stay in the range bound market environment again. I'm looking for a breakout and a continuation and going with it and moving stops quickly and you know, basically locking in profits quickly, because things could turn around at any given time with unexpected news like Russia and Ukraine. Now, on the flip side, Ivan shared the idea of potentially looking for a retest here intraday and putting that stop loss completely outside of consolidation, which I don't think is wrong. It's just a different take. And again, based on whether or not you're a swing trader or the style of trading that you prefer, you may think about either way. Now, in terms of targets, Ivan and I probably agree that a reasonable place for gold to continue if things get really wild would be right on back up to 1900, a big round number play. And it seems really far away, but look at this, you guys. You're talking about, let's measure this move here historically. This move here to here. That was a move, what is that? So let's actually calculate how far of a move that was. That was approximately, what, 44.8, okay? Talking about that same move happening again, it's very possible, right? You get an explosion in volatility, something develops with Russia, Ukraine, fears come back in, things like that could cause more volatility for gold, and that volatility could act to create some incredible trend following opportunities if you're looking to be very, very disciplined with it. Now, of course, we're looking for some sort of confirmation at a retest of support as just a general idea, but overall, gold looks like it wants to continue higher in the short term and is running with a lot of hot momentum at the time of making this video. Of course, by the time you see it, things probably will have changed a little bit. So of course, do your own due diligence. If you'd like to see the trades that I'm taking in real time, you'll get a notification to your phone if you are part of the A1 trading community inside of our VIP Discord. And again, it's Valentine's Day and we're doing our Valentine's Day sale for 20% off. Punch in the code down below, come join the action, come trade with us. It's a very exciting time in markets and we are staying fairly active, the different traders within the group. So with that said, guys, thank you very much for watching today's video and we'll see you next time. What's up, guys? Thanks for watching today's video. There are more videos available on our channel here and here, so go ahead and click into that for some more free trading content. With that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you back next time.